We have Volvo V50 from 2012, 1.6 HDI, and I will show you how to change the left half shaft. The car is already jacked off. I'm gonna remove the wheel and then I will continue. So I'm removing the nut, the bolt. So you will have to steer it to the left to be able to remove the half shaft. And so you have to turn the steering to the left to be able to remove this nut easier. So you have to clean the threads with a metal brush to remove the bolt easier and get some lube on it. So when you remove the nut, you can tap here. With a hammer, and sometimes you can release it and maybe even pull it down with one hand. So like this, it goes easy. So when the half shaft doesn't go out easily with the hand, you can tap it out with something, so if you tap lightly, it has to go out. You can see it going out. So you remove the half shaft and then you get the assembly to the side. And I also forgot to tell you, the oil has already been drained, so you drain it through this plug, and we will put new oil in back when we remove the half shaft. So the bolt or the plug, how you call it, you remove it with a hexagon key size 8. So this is the plug to drain the oil, and this is to put new oil in. It's the same one. And now we don't have a high stand, so we will just do it on the ground. In general, if you have a high stand, you do it from the bottom, but we will put new oil in from the top. So to get the half shaft out, you get something in there and try to pull it out. If it doesn't go, you slightly tap on it and it will get out. So I bought this half shaft on Autodoc for 70 euros. Here you can see the number. So you also make sure you compare both half shafts to make sure you have the right one. So you put the new half shaft back in the same way you have pulled out the old one. So if the half shaft doesn't go in completely, don't be scared, you can rotate the half shaft and tap it a little until it gets completely in. Then you put back the half shaft back into the rotor or the wheel hub. Then you push down the lower control arm the same way and you try to fit it back in. Then you tighten the nut back in. So in our case, the bolt and the nut are rotating together. So to fix this, we will jack it up at this point, and then it won't rotate all together. So now you can see the bolt doesn't rotate, and now we can tighten up the nut. So when you tighten up the nut, you can straighten back the steering. So together with the half shaft, we had also a new bolt in the box, but be careful, sometimes you will have a plug in there, we forgot to remove it. You have to tighten up the bolt with a torque wrench. We don't have it, so we do it the regular way. So you put back the wheel on. We've got the car back on the ground, and don't forget to tighten up your nuts on the wheel. So to grant access to the transmission oil plug, you remove the air box. To remove it, you also have to remove the connector. So you remove this tube as well from the air box. And you have to also remove this tube from here. Also don't forget you have a rubber band holding the airbox. You have to remove this one as well. And then you can just pull the airbox out. So now you can have access to remove the nut. So it's removed, and this is the bolt. So this is the oil I will be putting in the transmission, and I will put 1.8 liters of oil in the transmission. Also it's a 5-speed manual. So to put oil into the transmission, you can take any tube and you can make it fit your bottle, and then you try to fit it right in there, and then you pour the oil in. So you can put the oil in the transmission any way you want. You can do it from the bottom. If you can take any tube, make it fit, or so you can use your mind to put the oil in the transmission the way you want. So we do make a hole in the bottle to make it drain faster. So tighten up the bolt back into its place on the transmission, and then you can put everything back together. So you put the airbox back in, you connect the both tubes from the airway and the small tube, and you connect the small connector back. And the connector, here it goes. Also don't forget the small rubber band. And don't forget to tighten this up. So to replace the left half shaft, it took us 1 hour. For the right one it took slightly more. So you don't have to be a professional to do this work. It's pretty simple. Like and subscribe. I will be actively continuing making interesting videos on this channel.